before you want. I don't know about that. Oh, they just me? Where's their house?
What are you doing, bro?
Alright, bro.
Hi guys. Hi guys. Share this if you get to see it. I'm setting up. Hi Sylvia. Hello guys, I'm here. Today I'm shooting from outside. When I put my mic on because there is a lot of noise. I see some people are moving here and there is a lot of noise. But I hope we're gonna be okay. Share this if you find me, if you're in my group, if you're in my WhatsApp group for YouTube, please share this over there because I would want us to learn something. I'm just gonna put it for the sake of the sound. And how are you guys been doing? I look disorganized because it was an impromptu. Guys, I did the theme of this video is why would you want to come to America? Why would you want so badly to come to America? That's gonna be our discussion today. I hope you can hear me. Can you? Can you? And this debate is powered by Tap Said. I'm trying to capture this background. I want them to be my background because they're the ones sponsoring it. So yeah, I would want us to, Guy, I don't have a good lighting and I don't want to go to the sun because it's a bit too much. So I'm under a tree, but I think that's okay. That's fine. So yeah, my debate today would be why would you want to come to, what did you delete? Why would you want to come to America so badly? Why? Like, if you can write your messages, I'm gonna go through them. I'm trying to get this a little bit lower. Yeah, right there. So guys, tell me, money. Of course, we all like money, or maybe we love money, but why would you want that money? What would you want to do, or when you get that money, what are you gonna do? I want you to answer the question why, not what. Okay, guys. Hi, Essie, watching from Nairobi. Hi, Habiba, how are ya? Did you get Safaricom Teda? I see. No, this is Tap with Safaricom. Like, you send money from America to, you can send money from America, Europe, all over the world, most of the continents, I mean the countries, to M-Pesa in Kenya. So yeah, you can send the money, and if you use my code, you can get $15 extra. Okay, so why would you want to come to America? That is our debate today, because I have been seeing so many people texting me and forwarding some companies that are saying like they are training people as nurse assistants, and they can send them, I don't know, to Germany, they can send them to USA, and people are like, is this true or a scam? And I have also noticed that the urge to come to America for some people is too much. Like, some people feel like if I have to go to America, or I have to go, like they cannot understand any other language other than going to America. What is that one thing that is making you feel like you really want to come to America? And talking of economy, I understand, but why? Why would you want to come here? What are you gonna do if you eventually end up in America? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna change? Or why? I want to hear the why. I don't want to say it for you. I want to hear the why. Okay, I'm waiting for you guys to write. Why? Why do you want to come to America so bad? What is the reason why you feel like I have to, and not any other place, not any other country but America. I hope you can hear me, guys. Why? I'm listening. I want to hear the why. I want to hear the why today. I want to hear the why. I know you need money. I know you want to change life, but why? Why are you going to do that? Why is the number one urge? Obvious money. When you get that money, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Why do you want the money for? Of course, I know to fuel or to fund your lifestyle, but what specifically are you going to do? That is my biggest question here. Like, you have to get it. Why do you want money? Because I know you can get money from anywhere, but why do you want money? I know you need to fund your life, but what else are you going to do that is making you feel like whatever money you are getting from wherever you are is not enough? Or if you get to America, probably something going to change. Ati nĩ kĩroko kĩa thaa cigana na kũu. Now the birds are okay. Here it's around 12. It's not actually in the morning. It's around 12. I don't have my other phone, so I cannot tell, but I know it's around 12. Thereabouts. Guys, I'm waiting for you to tell me why you think America would change your life. Na sina haraka. I'm not in a hurry. We're going to be here breathing the air until you tell me. Hi, see, for me, I have a 20 and 23 years old who I'm taking care of. Unlike in America, these are adults who would be working and share responsibilities. You are very right, because my son is going to be turning 14 years in August, and he will start driving, and he can also get a job. If I want him to get a job, he can get a job. So yeah, I understand. I'm wasting away in Kenya and would like to join my immediate family there. Oh, all the best. And yeah, that's a good reason. May God open the doors for you. And I believe wasting, you mean like you are not doing anything. There is nothing much you are able to do back there. Maybe in terms of work, there are no jobs. And the good thing about America is that they have plenty of jobs. Like, you will just have enough and you will be like, I don't want more. There is no way you're going to go to school in America and you study a certain course and then you end up tarmacking. No way. If you hear someone say that, that's a lie, because they always have shortage of people to work. So in America, there is the big opportunities that you've ever thought about, like the dreams you've ever had of, like, I go to school, I study this course, and then after I graduate, I'm gonna find some work to do, and immediately I will start earning. That is like after you finish high school with like 18 years, then 4 years into college or university. That's like 22 years. At the age of 22 years, you should be able to be earning what you have been waiting for the last 22 years. So yes, America is the place when it comes to opportunities. But my big question is, guys, what do you want to change? What is that one thing that you feel like, if I go to America, this is going to change for the rest of my life? Because you can come to America, get that job, get that money, and still your life remain the same. Why I want to come to is to better the life of my family at large. Wow, that's a very nice reason, and I believe God is hearing you. Whatever we are doing here, it's like we are making a prayer. We are not just talking. We are making a prayer, because you can make a prayer through talking. Prayer is not supposed to be a certain way. You can make a prayer through making a wish. When you make a wish, you make a prayer. So yeah, if you want to come to America to better the life of the rest of your family, may God answer your prayer. And also for the other one who said they want to come here so that they can join their family, may that come to pass in Jesus' name. Hi, Anne Cecilia Macharia, how are you? So our question today is, why would you want to come to America? Why would you badly want to come to America? What is that one thing that is pushing you so hard? And you feel like if you get to America, it gonna happen. Like it will work miracles, or something so huge in your life will change. Because like I'm telling you, coming to America doesn't guarantee anyone's success. You still have to come here and work hard and have a vision that you're working towards, have a goal that you're working towards. Like I told you the other day, I came to America 2014, but I stayed here for 4 years with nothing. And I mean completely nothing. Okay, I would say I was going to work like any other person. I was getting paid, but I think my mentality wasn't built up in a way to be able to see more than just going to work, coming home and paying the bills, eating good. I couldn't see further than just working and paying bills. So the same way you live in Nairobi or Arusha or South Africa or Rwanda, wherever you are watching me from, the same way you work and come and pay bills and your money is gone, it's gonna happen to you still in America if you do not come here and you bring a vision that you wanna work around, that you wanna work towards. Because you might come here and not having a goal doesn't, it just makes you to be a person who is living a day because the day just came. You know, you just wake up, you don't have a goal, you don't have any vision, you're just going to work to come back after 8 hours and maybe do your house chores and then you go to bed because your gas tank is full, your food is there, your house is paid. What else does that make a fulfilled life? America having so many opportunities and giving you all the type of lifestyle that you would wanna try, it puts you out there and it also gives you a chance to broaden your mind and think big. America is a big continent and it is also economically stable. That means you cannot be in America and be economically unstable unless you want to. Unless you don't want to open your mind to the economically stable country and start to take advantage of that. How can you take advantage of that in America, though? So many people think when you land in America, the number one thing that you should think of is getting a job, getting a house, getting a car, and then you have made it in life. That is not true. It is not true. And if that is your goals of coming here to America in order to be able to drive, in order to have a house, in order to have a job, a stable job, then I think your life is very, very shallow in terms of how it should be. Because potentially, coming to America should give you a very huge, a very large potential, a very big potential to enlarge yourself, to develop yourself in a way that you have never, ever been able to do or even to dream about. Coming to America should give you a dream that you have never had before. It shouldn't give you a continuation of your older dreams. It should give you the older dreams plus a larger or a more bigger picture of you now that you have a bigger opportunity to grow yourself. Guy majority egithugu. Why I want to... Hi. Okay. Can you go on writing? I'm reading your comments. And if you have a question, you can also ask me. I'll be here to answer you. And right about this time in America, whereby you can get jobs that are paying, a start pay is above $15. Men, when we came here, we used to get $8. In fact, my first job, I was getting $7.25. And to me, I would convert that into shillings, and that to me sounded like millions. Because I was like, guy, I'm getting 700 Kenya shillings per hour. Nini datoga. Nini datoga. Little did I know, I have a journey, and I have to work with my, like my brain has to be changed to come into dollars and understand that $7.25 is nothing. So I dwelt there converting this money and thinking I have the life, yet I didn't have a life. Like, I didn't have a savings account for 4 years. I did have a savings account, but it had nothing, zero. I didn't have a checking account that would take me anywhere other than from my house to work and back home. So sometimes wishing and wanting to come to America is for our kids better privileges, and like here in, a better life for our kids and extended family at large. Talking of extended family at large, let me tackle that. It is a big vision, it is a good vision, and all of us would want our families to live better if we are living better. But is that even possible? Is that even that much easier to happen like we think? I've been here for the last 8 years. Not most of my family members been here. And that doesn't mean I do not offer them help. Yes, I do, but also it is good to understand that you do not have any capability to change the life of your extended family members. And this is a topic so many people will not want to handle, but this is the truth. You might be in America, but you will never be able to change each and every life of your extended family members. You might try, but be very cautious, because sometimes the energy is not reciprocated, and you will end up spending a lot of money going to waste. I want to say this in the most respectful way. You might want to help family members, extended family members, but you cannot make a decision for them to change into what you want to see them. They're still gonna be the same people who gonna make a decision to use whatever you are helping them with to put it into a better use. And this is where it becomes very tricky, because if you do not pay enough attention to what you're doing, you will end up, all of you, the first family members and the extended family members, you're gonna end up being poor or having not accomplished as you would have wanted. Why? You cannot make a decision for another person. You can have the vision, but the vision remains with you. If you try to transfer that vision into someone else, it might not work. And people end up feeling very frustrated. And sometimes people think like, they are all in America, but they do not help their family members back home. Never ever think it that way, because people do put effort, but the mentality of people thinking that money is easily found here in America, or you can easily make money here in America and send it back home, and people misuse that money, and you keep on doing that, eventually you will live in America as a poor person, and they will live back there as poor as they were before you even started to try thinking about changing their life. The only person or the only being that can change your life is God and you yourself. It takes two, God and you yourself, because I have seen people trying to help their family members, and they don't see, or they think since the money was easily gotten, I can just do anything I want with it, and the vision ends up getting screwed up on the way. Another thing is, never ever think that you can come to America and do business with people back home. It will not work. It won't work, because the management might fail you terribly. I have seen so many people losing a lot of money and adding up having enmity between family members. That is the last thing I would want to do. If you come here in America and you want to help back home, just help and leave. Do not even think about having a share of whatever you are investing back there. If you want to invest in people, in family members, just invest in them and forget about it. Because the more you attach yourself thinking that they can give you some part of the profit, man, you will never find it. So come to America. If you want to change someone's life, just ask them, what would you want to do? If they tell you, I can put this greengrocer, or I can put this mechanical work, and I believe it can help me, help that person and forget about it completely. If you want your heart to live at peace, forget about it completely. And if they want to flourish it, make it flourish, that is upon them. But there is no way they can come back to you and say, help me with this other thing, this one did not work. At least you helped them. But be very cautious. Be very cautious, because it is not as easy as it sounds. It is not. Helping people has a limit. And helping people, you better make sure you are not draining your basket in order to reach out to someone who will never understand the worth of your dollars. Making dollars in America is not easy. And also, I understand it's everywhere in the world. If money was easily available, then most people would be very rich. The only reason why money is hard to make is because it's not readily available. It's something you have to work for and maybe wait for. So, America works the same way. You go to work for 8 hours, you get paid for 8 hours. You go to work for 16 hours, you get paid for 16 hours. There is nowhere in America you will ever get paid for an hour that you have never worked for, that you didn't show up for. They won't pay you. It is even very hard in America because you cannot just come to the office, show up, hang your coat, and go back and come back, and then money will be there at the end of the month. No. That's why it's called an hourly pay. You have to be there the entire time. So commitment is very, very crucial. It is an important part when it comes to working. You can only sign up for something you know that you will be there. There is no free money in America. And that is why it is very hard for people to understand that when you tell me you want 20K urgently, simply because I'm in America, to me, it comes in as an insult, because urgently, 20K urgently, are you even serious? Ati, can I get 20K urgently? Hey, Mwadhani, we don't get money urgently here in America. It is very hard, and I assure you, you will have to work very hard for you to be able to even help. Because first of all, you want to settle down. You want to make sure that your bills are paid and everything. Sometimes you come here and then the reality is very different from what you see. People will post the better side of America, but they will never show you when they are struggling. I was laughing at a certain meme whereby they show people how they work in abroad and how they show up for vacation. And I'm like, bruh, come here. There is no way I'm going to toil in America and then come to Africa and show up like I did not work for it. I worked for it. I'm going to show up there with like, that look that tells you, she's here. She's finally here. Away from that. The thing is, you work very hard and you want to make sure that your money is going into a due course. You want to make sure you're investing. And in most cases, once you come to America, you realize that you will never ever go back to Africa. So, when you try to invest, this is my thinking, this is my way of thinking, reasoning. I would rather invest here. You come here with your kids, you come here with your entire womb. And then, do you think ever your kids will ever be attached with where you came from? That is very hard. It will never happen. To be realistic, it will never happen. Your kids will be settled here and their kids' kids will be settled here. You have just started a generation in America. Like, this is not a Kenyan generation. The generation you are starting is American generation. They will never go back to Kenya. They will never go back to Tanzania. Never ever go back to South Africa or Rwanda. And they are not even attached to anything in Rwanda. Like my son came here when he was 3.5 years. 3 years and 3 months. So he recalls very minimal information or anything about Kenya. If I tell him today we are going back to Kenya, what is he gonna remember about Kenya? Nothing. He's here speaking English. He knows himself as an American because he grew up in America. So me taking him back home, like after he completes high school, and then telling him, now we're going to start life here. A country that doesn't even have jobs. At 14, he's going to be driving. He's going to be working if he wants. And I'm taking that kid back home to start a life that he's not even conversant with. Do you think that would work, or it's going to give the child a very big culture shock that might even make him to start doing other things, to start having behavioral changes that you would never ever expect your child to have? Like, for real, if you would want to invest in America, I mean when you're in America, just do your math. Ask yourself, where will my kids end up? Like today, I am here and I can file for my parents to be here in America. If I file for my parents to be here in America, they can file for their kids, even the grown-ups. That is how it goes. So there is an opportunity of my entire family ending up here in the future. Why would I be investing back home? Why? For who? My son will never go back home to claim for a property that I built at Kamulu. He will never. In fact, he doesn't even know Kamulu exists. But when we come to investing, we think about investing back home. And the lie is, people think that you can go back home and maybe start a new life there. It's not easy. It is not easy. When you come to America, you already deserted a life that you have built for so many years. And they think when you come here, you can make money very quick, like 15 years or 10 years and go back home. Man, you're gonna do those doubles. And sometimes people end up dying because they are trying to work against time and they work so many doubles without no rest. Eventually you hear there is a Kenyan somewhere who was found dead in their home. Why? Because of working too much without taking a break, because they want to go back home. Go back home for who? Today, if I die here, I'm not going to die, of course. I'm going to die at 100 years and plus. If I die, I wouldn't even consider, of course I'll be dead. My point wouldn't even be considered. But if I was to be asked, I would want to be buried here in America. Why? Because my kids are here. Why am I being taken back home? Who comes first in your life? Your kids or the community, the society that they want your body to be taken back home to be buried? No, I want to be buried where my kids gonna end up, because they're gonna live here for the rest of their life. And their kids. I used to think I can go back home as well. But after living here for several years, the reality hit me and I was like, you know what? It is not even important. It is not. There is a reason why God brought you here. There is a reason why God saw it fit for me to come and live in America. So if I'm coming here to plant a new generation, an American generation out of me, which is my kids and my kids' kids, what makes me think that there is another life that I should go back for? I don't think that makes no sense at all. Going back home, it's like you are living your life two-way or three-way. You left a life to come to America and look for a better life. And then you want to live this life now and go back to wherever you came from. Like, when will you rest in life? You need to put your life in one place and just rest. Like, you have worked so hard for the rest of your life. Now, when you grow old, you want to now desert the life, the good life that you came for, and go back home to the same life that you left because it wasn't giving you enough. I don't know what type of math we do, but if that works for you, well and good. But for me, I'm going to plant the generation that I planted here, that is of my kids. I'm going to make sure that whatever I'm going to invest, I invest for them here, because they don't know Kamulu. They don't know Nanyuki. They don't. Even if I buy plots there, they don't know them. They don't know Juja, and they don't actually have any relationship with Kenya now that they grew up here. Their culture, or the culture they are brought up in, is the American culture. So me taking them back to a culture that they don't even understand when they are grown up, it's like the way I came here to start life without knowing how I'm gonna even make an English sentence, a full English sentence. Me taking them back home, making them to learn Swahili, learn Kikuyu, so that they can feel that like they belong. That is something I'm not gonna do. Never ever. Never ever in my books. Never. True, watakufanya bank and never make any change in their lives. Yeah, sometimes when you try to help people back home, you use a lot of money, but to them it's not a lot of money because they believe you have a lot of money. So that money ends up getting misused. Be very, very careful when you help. Help people if they are ready to be helped, if they are ready for their lives to be changed. I want to come to America because that's where specifically I can work and learn comfortably, bring up my babies well as a single mom. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. As a single mom, welcome to America when the time is due. And be ready to work hard for your kids. Very hard to work for your kids, but it's worth it. I would tell you it is worth it because you're gonna have to work hard for just a few years, and when they get to the age of teens, life will become very easy and you will see your hard work will start showing. But it is very hard when they are little, they are younger, but never say never, because if other people are doing it, there are so many single parents here in America, very many of them, thousands, millions of them, and they still make it. Why will you think that you cannot make it? You can make it very, very successfully. Hi Priscilla, how is Githurai Mwihoko? Yeah, so you can make it here, and actually the best place to bring your kids if you're a single mom is America. Of course, you're gonna hustle, you're gonna cry, you're gonna feel like you are just alone. Of course, you are alone, but it is worth it. Again, the best thing about training kids is if you know you are a single parent and you end up in America, make sure that your kids are somehow independent. Train your kids to be independent. That will save you 1,000 tears. It will save you 1,000 tears. If you are here and you are in my group, in my YouTube group in WhatsApp, please share this video so that I can we can get more people. I'm gonna be here for an hour, so we are 22 more minutes here. So yeah, America is good. America gonna change your life, but it's gonna change your life if you have a vision, if you have a goal that you're working towards. I have seen so many people in America struggling. People who you can ask for $500 and they don't have. They don't have it. They are waiting for the money that they're gonna get paid from their employer. Why? Because they got to America and thought that everything else will work automatically. The last thing that fell from heaven was manna. That was in the days of Moses. That is the only time people got to see or to witness food from heaven or free things falling from heaven. When you come to America, this is not somewhere that you're gonna get anything for free. Get this super well. You will never get nothing in America for free. Maybe government assistance, but you have to earn it. They are the things that they look for. But the government assistance also limits you. It limits how much you can work. It limits how much you can earn. So it is not the best to go for. The best money is the money that you're gonna go work for, because you can work as much as you want and nobody gonna ask you a question. Yes, you're gonna pay a lot of taxes, but still you're gonna end up with a lot of money, which is your goal. So coming to America, you better bring a vision. You better bring a vision and stick to it. You better go to work to not to make so much money to come and show people, or maybe send back home to people that are not even appreciative, people that will never know the value of that dollar that you sent back home, people that will never understand the sacrifice you made to get that extra dollar to send it to them. I would want you to come to America with a big vision that is scaring you. You better come to America probably with a vision to build a real estate in America, which is very possible. Come and build homes in America. Forget about the American houses, please. I mean the Kenyan houses. Forget about them, because as long as you do not have a good manager back home, you will be exploited. But if you come to America with the same vision, if you had a vision in Kenya to own some properties, some homes, some flats, bring the same to America. But now, see it in America, not in Kenya. And it is very possible. Come here and build a real estate, a whole estate. And the good thing about America, you will never be exploited by the government. You will never be overtaxed. You will never, like your house will never be broken into. Or maybe there are those policies and procedures that have been put there by the system that makes sure that you will never lose your wealth. In America, whatever you call your wealth will remain there forever, because there is the governmental policies that protect you as an investor. So you can invest this money and build a lot of houses that are going to be bringing you what we call cash flow. Every month you're going to be having this money, income that is coming from the houses, and you're not working for it. You worked for it, and you can now sit down and relax. And another thing is that when you grow older in America, the good thing is that, for example, the state I'm in is a state that has a lot of snow. If you don't want to live somewhere there is a lot of snow, you can move to somewhere else that is less snowy, like Arizona, it doesn't snow, or California, and then all your properties will remain in the state, and still your money will be getting to the bank, because here in America, no single tenant will ever play around with your money. They can get kicked out, and they have the deposit and stuff, and they can still be made to pay you. Even if they don't have means to pay you, they can still be made to pay you. Like there are all these rules and policies and name it, that protects your wealth. It is very hard in America to lose your money. And that is number one thing that I like about America. You will never lose your bank money if your money is used, or if your bank is, if someone, they hack your bank, you will never lose a single dime, because the bank has insurance that covers that. The minute you call them and you tell them, I see a transaction that I cannot recognize, they're gonna pay you right away, and then they're gonna deal with the hackers. So this is a very good country in terms of protecting you, protecting what you have, and also giving you and your entire generation a place to thrive without a worry about if I lose it. The only thing you need to do is to put some insurances on your properties. The bank does that for your money, so you do not have to insure your money in the bank. The bank does that for you. So the only thing you need to do is to know how you invest money. I'm going to talk about number 3. When you go to work and you are not in that level of building properties, how are you going to make sure that the money you are making, you are not misusing and you are putting it in the right basket? Number one thing, know how to invest money. Not necessarily through building homes, but also through stocks and other streams that can give you some interest at the end of the month. If you go to work and the money you make, you put it in the bank, trust me, your life will never change, because it will change to a level equivalent to what you are earning. But if you go to work and then you invest that money, then you have a potential, you have an opportunity to even make more money. So the number one mistake that people do is to go to work and just put the money in the bank to save it. my friend, that will never give you what you're looking for in the future. Ask yourself, how much energy do you have remaining to work as much as you work today? For example, the work I do is a very physical work. Cleaning work is very physical. It is not for the lazy. So, how long can I do that? Will I be able to do that when I'm 50 years old? Will I be able to do it when I'm 60 years old? No, I won't be able to do that. So, what am I supposed to do in my today's income? I'm supposed to make sure whatever is remaining from house rent, the bills, I put it somewhere where it can produce more money. You can check the stocks, you can check the CD's account in the bank. Even if they don't give you a lot of money, they can give you something. But if you come to America and you really want to thrive, think about real estate. Think about real estate. I know people talk about nursing. Yes, you can go into a nursing career, but the money you make for nursing, if you don't multiply it, you have a limited time to be able to work that much. And you invest a lot of hours in order to get money. So you need to look for avenues which can give you income without you physically being there. Until you get to that level, you will never ever witness what we call wealth. You could be rich, but you might not be wealthy. So going to work and putting your money in the bank, that just makes sure you have money for tomorrow. But if that money keeps on being deducted, how long can you take away money from that bank without the bank becoming bankrupt? Let's learn how to invest. Come to America with an open mind to invest. Come to America not to just go to work and come home. Come to America with a mentality of investing. Come to America as an investor. If you come to America as an investor, program your mind as an investor, then you will be able to work towards a goal that in the future will give you freedom. You won't have to go to work and still you'll be making money. And that is everybody's dream. Like, come to America and in the future you'll be in your house relaxing, or maybe in Hawaii, or maybe in Dubai, and still you have money coming in through your bank. Why? Because when you had the energy to go to work, you invested wisely. I have learned a lot, and I wish I came to America when I was 19 or 20, and then maybe I still could be the way I am, because sometimes you don't get to know something until you open your mind to it. So many Kenyans and Africans, when they come to America, they want to work doubles. But you can run. It is good to run, and you can run very fast, but where are you going? If you don't have a destination, where are you going? Speed is not important if you do not have a direction. You can run, but where? Where are you running to? You can come to America, make a lot of wealth, and then invest it back home. But will you benefit from that? Are you planning to go back home? If you are planning to live here, are you planning to invest for yourself or for your kids? If I was to be asked, I would want my kids to have a foundation. I would want my kids to find me like a stable parent. Because the Bible says, a wise parent leaves wealth to the second generation. I think that generation. I would want to be that parent who I won't be begging them or looking up on them for them to help me, but for me, I would want them to find a foundation. I would want them to find companies. I would want them to find some assets that they can stay and say, we are managing my mom's properties, we are managing my mom's companies, and it is very possible. But the mentality we bring here in America is what limits us from accessing what God has in store for us. This country has a lot, like a lot, oh my God, a lot. And I mean a lot, because there is no corruption. You can get anything you want. If you want to start this job, you just walk into that office and ask them, how do I go about this? They're going to give you information on how to go about it. That is what I mean when I say they have a lot to offer. But our mentality when we come to America, I want to go to America, go back to school, do nursing, and start making money. So, like I said, speed is good, but where are you running to? Where are you running to? Are you securing your future, or you are just making money simply because you can make money? How long can you make money with the energy that you have today? How long can that keep going? That should be our biggest question. America, you can start businesses. America, you can build. America, you can start travel companies. Man, you can do so much in America. All you need to do is to make sure that you stabilize your credit score. Come here to America, look for a credit card and use it wisely. A credit card is not for living the fantasies that you've ever thought about. A credit card should help you to build your credit score. I know sometimes that sounds like Chinese to some people because they might not know what a credit score is or a credit card, but when you get here, you will learn more about it. Just ask your host, how can I get a credit card and how can I use it? Use and pay back. That is how you grow your credit score. So that will help you to access people's money. Until you learn how to use people's money, you will never have enough to invest. The big and huge people you see and the big buildings, even those people go to take pictures with in Dubai, they were not built with cash money. They were built with people's money, other people's money. You must learn how to use people's money. But before you go for a loan, just make sure you have a clear plan how you want to use it. In America, you can get a lot of loans. You can get a lot of money from banks. But make sure, please make sure you have a clear plan how to use it. You can access a bank and ask them to build you a house of your choice. You do not have to come to America and just leave a house that was built. You can walk into a bank, request them to build you a house your own design, and they will do it. You can design your own house in America and get it built by the bank, and then you will pay the bank as you go, the same way you pay for a mortgage. All I'm trying to say is America has opportunities, but Africans, we come here and we limit ourselves because all we think about is work. Nothing else. We think the only thing we are missing in Africa is work. So when we come to America and find work, we work like crazy people, but without a direction. I'm here to talk about a direction. Come in America. If you are an investor in Kenya, come in America as an investor. Come and build yourself. Come and buy your first mortgage, buy your second, you buy your third, and start renting out those mortgages. Do Airbnb in America. It is a big business. But before you think about doing Airbnb in America, make sure the area you are buying a house is allowed for that business. Not every area is allowed for Airbnb in America. That's a point to consider. So guys, I would want you to carry your vision and bring it here in America. Thank for enlightening us. It is my prayer that one day I will make it. Amen, amen, Priscilla. Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Thank you so much for quoting that for me. Sometimes I don't want to say where in the Bible because I would want to say what I know about the Bible, but if you ask me the exact scripture, I might not know exact. And I don't want to talk about Nyagodhie Inyanya, or maybe I tell you about Priscilla 22. No, I don't want to do that. It is Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. And let me talk about man in the Bible. Whenever you see the word man or man in American pronunciation, the word man in the Bible, it doesn't denote a man like a female. It doesn't denote a male, or it denotes both male and a female. Because in the beginning, according to my understanding, when God created a man or a man, it wasn't a female or a male. It was both male and female. It wasn't a gender. Man in the Bible doesn't denote a gender. It denotes both men and women. Okay, away from that, I didn't That is what I would want to put out there. Come to America with a big dream, and just know that you're not limited in America. In fact, you should enlarge your dream when you come to America. And I want to remind you about TapTap. If you are watching me from diaspora, TapTap Send, you can download TapTap and send money to any bank in Kenya, and through M-Pesa, and I'm gonna add you $15 more on your transaction. That is the first transaction. Okay, so guys, that was all I wanted to share with you, because I know so many people want to come to America, but do you have a dream that you want to pursue? That's why I asked you, why do you want to come to America? I wanted you to answer the question why, because so many people are here, but it's like they just limited themselves to a certain level. And I talked about that in my TikTok and Facebook Reels. If you don't follow me there, go follow me on TikTok and Facebook Reels. I talk a lot of information, and I tell people, please refuse to be an average person. Just step up and become someone bigger, as big as God created you to become. Stop leveling yourself at average and you just sit there and you're okay with it. Like so many people complain about the average person. Why are you even there? Why are you in the average up until now? You have dwelt there for so long, and it's time to step up and become a big person the way God wanted you to be. Like, God cannot just create a person of this size. No way. There is no way God created you to live in Korogosho for the rest of your life. You can start at Korogosho, but you are not supposed to dwell there forever. No way. No way. That is not a vision that has come from God. God has the mind, or his wish is all of us to prosper. Dogejera, you cannot tell me that prospering is in Korogosho. There are so many other places, big places that can show the greatness of God. I would want people who walks into America not like grasshoppers. Don't come to America tadahi, seeing yourself like grasshopper. Come to America like a God, I feel like I can preach. Don't come to America with an image of a small person. Come to America like a very big investor. Like you feel within yourself, America is blessed to have me. Like these guys, they are just lucky that I came here. Stop seeing yourself the other way, because that is what many people see themselves as. They're like, you know what? Now that we are here, we just landed. These people been here forever. I think there are so many steps ahead of us. So what we need to do is to shrink ourselves. Shrink yourself for who? Shrink yourself for who? You can come to America and start up a company. Not so many people have the courage to do that, but if you have God, you can do everything, anything. Anything. I have 2 more minutes to be here. Let me read the comments. Wow, I didn't know that you are a good coach. Thank you, Jadida. We thank God. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna wind up this video, but me, I want you to carry your vision wherever you go. Imagine the vision is with you. It is not with America. The vision is not with Kenya. The vision is not with Qatar or Middle East. Even if you go to Middle East and you are working as a house manager, work knowing that your vision is not a house manager. You have a big vision, and it should never be consumed by you being a house manager. I have been there anyway. I was a house manager, and I actually wish I was a house manager outside Kenya. I was a house manager in South Sea. I was a house manager in Juja. I was a house manager in Githurai 45. I was a house manager where I was like 4 homes. I never made it because you cannot fit. I think God started shaking my foundations long time ago, but I didn't know why he was doing that. And I hate when someone shrinks me. I hate it with passion. And that's why I don't look down on anyone, because you never know the tomorrow of somebody. And when I was working as a house manager, the reason as to why I left so many homes, it's because they treated me as a house manager. I'm that one person. If you think your money is so bigger than me, then put the money to work for you. So that's why I kept on quitting. But the first job that I worked as a house manager in South Sea No, South B. Actually, I was the bad one. My boss was very good. I was young and let me just say I violated her. I violated the house rules and they deserved to kick me out. They deserved to fire me. I was fired and I was the one who was at the wrong, and I admit that. My boss was the best. My boss was the best in South B. She used to be called Mama Dela. She was the best, like the best. But I was the worst employee because I just violated her rules because I was young, maybe, and unreasonable. I won't say stupid. I would just say unreasonable because she was just a nice person and she made me think being a house girl is a good job. She put that image in me of you are not useless because you're a house girl. In fact, she used to tell me, I cannot believe how the grade you scored in high school and you're working as a house help. I can just see you as a person who has a bigger vision. You know what you're doing in life. That is what she told me. And that made me believe I'm a very important person. But I violated her rules on the way. And I did not take her husband, if that is what you're thinking about. Back then, I wasn't actually interested with dating. I wasn't even dating. So I was the one who violated her rules and I was fired on a Sunday. In fact, I was in church when I was fired. So I went to worship God and never ever play jokes with Satan. I was fired when I was worshiping. I was at the middle of worship and then I had someone tapping me. It was a girl we used to live with at that house. That was her auntie. And she told me, you know what? You are needed home. Guy, hey, the devil can be something else, let me tell you. And I went home and she asked me about something we had done. We had given away her gazeti, magazines. We had given away her magazines to a Marimari person, who those people who walks around looking for those things, the old stuff. So that is how I was fired, and I didn't know where to go. Like I was saying, I have been a house girl. Back to my point. I have been a house girl, and I wish I was a house girl, an international house girl. If you're working in Qatar, if you're working in Middle East as a house girl, I would want you to hear this. Your vision is bigger than just a house girl. But at the moment, you are working as a house girl so that God can take you to the next level. What I would want you to do is to never ever let your brain think that is the end of you. I would want you to think as an investor. Although you are a house girl, you can become a company owner. I own my company, and at the stage I am in life, I have seen God. I don't want to go into much details, but I have seen God, and I can tell God can change your story. When I was working at a company in Ruaraka called Propac Kenya, they deal with crepes, and it's the same company with Tissue Kenya. They have some good tissues and they have good crackers. I was getting paid a total amount of 6,900 per month. I didn't know, and my brain never told me I can own something in a foreign land. I was working there, dedicating myself, and still they didn't even pay back what I was putting in. They eventually fired me because I asked for more pay. And that is how we feel whenever we put a lot of energy, we put a lot of effort, but what people or the companies pays us back with is peanuts and firing you simply because they see this is a person who knows what they are doing, and you asking for more pay. They acknowledge that you know they are kind of like not paying you what you deserve. I was fired, and thank you Jesus that Mohidi fired me. In fact, he should fire me again. Jesus, he should fire me again, because that made me to think more about becoming an entrepreneur and stop focusing on being hired anymore. I'm not saying you are at the wrong place because you are hired right now. You are an employee somewhere. But please, never ever trade your vision to your employer. Never ever trade your vision to your employer, because you can only be an employer up until you retire, but you can become a very big entrepreneur and own so many companies and own so big things that you cannot be able to do when you are an employee. This doesn't sound so real, especially for people who focus so much with being employed. But being employed limits your capability, it limits your potential. If you become a company owner today, like for example, if I started a cleaning company a year ago, my company is now 1 year old, and I can start another company, the same company in another state. In the whole of 50 states of America, I can set companies there, and I can hire people in each state, and they work for my company. They operate it. All I need is a manager to manage that work, and everything else will be moving. Okay? So, I want to show you the capacity and potential that you have in you, but the minute you limit yourself as an employee, the only thing you do is to go take rules from your employer and go make them happen. Come back tomorrow, do the same. What you forget is that as you grow older, you will need money when you won't be able to go out there to work. How are you going to get that money? That is where investment comes in, and that is why I want you to have a mind of an investor other than a mind of just a small business and a mind of being hired or employed. And it is very possible. Everything you would want to become in life, it is in you. You can make it happen. And please, just note this. With God and you willing to do it, it is very simple to set it up. So, I pray to God that He may give you a direction, because as I said, having a speed without a direction, you are running to nowhere. You will end up nowhere. Please look for a mentor. And in this year, try something new you have ever wanted to try before but you didn't. Try it and do it for 6 months. Come back here with a testimony of how things are going. I would wish to end this video because I want to go and serve my dad. My dad is here, by the way. And he's been here for the past 2 weeks now. Comes Monday. Yeah, 2 weeks. So guys, let's carry the big visions wherever we go, whether you're in Qatar, whether you're in Middle East, whether you are, whatever job you are doing, hata kama ni ya mitura, hata kama ni ya house manager, hata kama ni hawking. I have been hawking, I have been a hawker. Most of these things that I talk because I have been there before. And I know God can do it because He did it for me. And I know you still have a part to play as you in your life. Yes, God would like to make you a big person. Are you willing to become a big person? What did God tell Abraham? He told Abraham, I would want you to look and see, get outside, look and see. You have to see yourself somewhere in order for you to get there. If you can't see yourself being a company owner, a CEO, you will never become one. If you can't see yourself owning properties, you have to see them. Like literally, the images have to be there. You will never own some. So get out of that cage that you are in and try to focus. Try to put your focus, enlarge your focus. When you are taking a picture and you look like this in the camera and you can't see well, you adjust the focus. That is what I want you to do. Adjust your focus and take the big image. Forget about the small image that is blurry. Now, adjust your focus and picture the big image of yourself. God doesn't need good economy to work things for you. God doesn't work with wherever you are. God is everywhere. He is everywhere. He owns heaven and earth. Everything He created. And so, it belongs to Him. All you need to do is to ask. Ask and believe. and it shall be done for you as it is in heaven. Okay? Bye bye, guys. Don't forget to use tap said if you're in the diaspora, and you can send money back home to M-Pesa, to the bank, and I will add you $15 on your first transaction if you use my code. My code is ESSIEKA, ESSIEKA, and you will get $15 more. That is like 2,000 Kenya shillings. Okay, guys, have a nice evening, and I will see you when you see me. Keep on keeping on, because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Bye bye, guys.